Okay, good. Just checking the mic is on. Oh, not very great. I'm using my PS4 controllers with DS4 software. Cat wants attention.
How do you do that?
That's really far. No, it's better to do the far ones first, isn't it? Also introduced new children face. Apparently allows me to play as a child, but I don't know if that's only on a new game. Blasted thing. I've been in this cave several times now.
You'll pay for that! You won't leave Skyrim alive!
For a moment there I thought his teeth were right next to the chain. Should really hide the chain. Oh no, there's another one. This one.
You pick.
to skill up. Why can it ever come in this way? Ah. Fine then. I'm gonna leave and come back. Where am I? Oh. I go back. I cannot be in combat now. Why are you lying? What are you lying for? There is no one in this cave. Everyone had expired. So why am I being told I am still in combat? Beth, no, that is not the case. Do you mind? Thank you. So can you please just let me... You are lying! Utterly lying. I want to dig there. You're not letting me. I want to know why. Doesn't matter if it's not marked or essential. It's a sealed hatch. There's a secretly sealed hatch here. I want a key. What do I get a key for? Oh, the knapsack. Perhaps I come back here. It's not even fair. That's just not fair. Right, next. Oh, there's a weapon I'm sure I picked up. I haven't actually used yet. Expect us. X. Right, where's I need to get out of there. Is that pointing in here? I think it might be above. Maybe there's a way to. Yeah, that's what I thought. Let's see what it does. There's a way up. I see a subject through here. Just goes down again, doesn't it? There's only one way in and out, so I have to climb up that mountain somehow. Is that all? Yes. Oh, good. I can fast travel to the gallery.
Yes? What can I do for you? Oh, you have? Excellent. Yes, I have just the place for this. Thank you. Here's your reward. Ah, phenomenal. Let me have a look. Ah, yes. Exactly as described. Good work. Here's your pay.
What are you doing? to them. Where does hammer fall under? Ah, Warhammer. Silly cat. Come, silly boy.
Oh, you have? Phenomenal. Let me have a look. Ah, yes. Exactly as described. Very good. And in excellent condition, it seems. Wonderful. That is very impressive, my friend. You are certainly more than a mere treasure hunter. Which brings me to my next proposal. I'm in need of a full-time partner of sorts. A person of your caliber who can dedicate themselves to uncovering more lost artifacts and relics on their own, while I continue my research efforts. And you have proven yourself more than capable of the job.
And I think a special arrangement could work. Instead of me simply buying the relics off of you, perhaps you could bring them here, lend them to the museum. I'll give you an occasional finder's fee, and we'll safeguard your collection for you. You'll be able to access any and all of your collection as you see fit, and you'll know the rest of it will be safe in your absence. Excellent. Well, let me give you the 10 septum tour then.
This building was once called Magnarian Hall. And was built as a temple dedicated to Talos, the patron god of the Nords. After the White Gold Concordate, however, the statue was moved and the temple closed.
I suppose it used to go here.
I came here a few years ago and was able to procure use of the space in the pursuit of establishing this museum. Of course, I have had the building vastly expanded over the last 2 years to accommodate what I hope will become one of the grandest collections of Tanrielic history in the world. This grand atrium I call the Hall of Heroes. It is where a variety of historically significant relics can be displayed. It is quite a striking entrance to the museum, if I do say so myself. Off to the right is the reception hall and staff barracks, as well as the museum office where I do much of my work. To our left, you'll find the central hallway leading to all the other galleries of the museum, which also serves as the cultural arts exhibit. Here I hope to display a variety of art as well as elements representing the more primitive cultures here in Skyrim, such as the Falmer, Forsworn, the Giants, and more. Down here on the lower level you will find access to the East Exhibit Halls, which houses the Daedric Gallery, the Hall of Lost Empires, Hall of Oddities, and the Hall of Legends, which showcase a vast array of relics pertaining to the Daedra, Dwemer, Falmer, and ancient Nordic cultures, as well as a number of peculiar items that defy simple classification. At the close end of this hall, the stairwell will lead to the armories in the basement and up to the second floor. There you will find access to the Natural Science Gallery, as well as the Dragonborn Hall, where I will commission a variety of displays heralding any of your accomplishments. At the far end of the hallway on both floors, you'll find access to the Grand Library. And here, on this floor, the door on the right also connects to the museum office. If you cannot find me in my office, you will almost certainly find me whiling away the hours in the library. Also, you should pick up a copy of the museum guide at the entrance of the museum. It will let you know the schedule of where I'm working should you need to find me, and it will offer you an easier way of navigating the museum, as well as keep track of how many displays our museum has. Of course, it may take me a moment to update those accounts, so check the guide again if you feel the numbers seem off. I'm sure I'll eventually account for everything. Any items you find for display, you can either manually place them yourself, or utilize the prep station in my office. And I'll ensure everything you have gets properly displayed if it has an appropriate place. I'm likely to have a variety of tasks for you, but in between, I'm sure you could help me find a random relic or two I've been researching. Feel free to look around and come find me if you have any questions. I'm very excited about the prospects of where we are headed. Oh, my, it's starting to get a bit dusty in here.
Good day. Very simple. You keep doing what you're doing and stop in here from time to time if you find anything interesting. Have a look around and find the spot to display it. In addition to displaying the spoils of your adventures, I will commission and build exhibits based on those exploits. Anything of relevant consequence can be inspiring to the people. See you around.
What can I do? Oh yes, I have in fact been researching the location of an artifact of interest. If you have the time, you could investigate it. I'll mark the location on your map. Let me know if you uncover anything. See you around.
Treasure maps. How many treasure maps? A lot of treasure maps.
Ah, good day, my friend.
Let's get started. Hidden that statue. that supposed to be ice?
How can I help?
Is he teleport? That. Ethereum Forge.
Good to see you again.
What's his mod manager? That's brilliant.
Ah, I'm glad you're here. I have come across a rare discovery indeed. I got word of a unique relic and was able to procure it from the seller. Use it if you wish, or place it on display.
What can I do for you?
Oh, hello. We're paying our respects to me dead husband. Henry and I lost his father in the war. Now, I do what I can to get by and care for Henry. Thank you, we manage. I just have to keep Henry entertained and out of trouble. That's the really hard part.
Huh? Oh, sorry. Oh, okay, I guess. It's hard with Father gone. I really miss him. I wish I were older. Then I'd join up with the Legion and get my revenge on those Stormcloak rebels who killed Father. But Mother says I can't join until I'm 17.
To the Bard's College? Why, the performances, of course. I'm a bit of a culture aficionado. I enjoy anything involving art and culture. And there is no better place to find it in Skyrim than here in Solitude. I even hear that the museum is reopening, which should be quite exciting.
Oh, so the museum is there now. I can't even fully set up now. Oh dear. That needs some work. Oh dear. That needs a lot of work.
gods be praised.
Yes?
That's what you always say. Wow! Yes? How did you do that? Hey, you want to play a game? Figures. You
I've been
elders
looking
are
for you.
always so boring.
Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. All right then.
4, 3, 2.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Oops, where are we going now? Uh-huh. This eye thing is so useful. What else did he give me? What's he giving me? 2 notes. No. Nope, nope, no. Oh, piss off. What? Are they on about? What have I done to the companions? I've done nothing to the companions. I haven't been associated with the Thieves Guild anyway, other than keeping the skeleton key. Was that what it was? Picking it up?
Marvelous. It's like the ancient legends.
That's it, there it is.
Make it quick. Yes? Be gone.
You're just rotten. No good.
Screw you. Who is that I pay? I think it's Ria. Could be
You need to leave. You don't impress me.
What's the matter with you?
You're a damn fool. I don't think I need to tell you why. Of course you were. Now stop wasting. A little coin always greases the wheels. Well, you know what to do. Very good. Let's see what you have here. Very well. I accept your apology. I'll go tell the others. Stay sharp out there.
Just tell me. I think it was clear what I actually did.
You've done us a great service. May Talos bless your days.
If you are here to finish me, then do it. Don't just stand there gaping. Liar. Mr. Merrin do not trust one so green. That is true. Do you know it? That is a very old mage, I know. You speak true. Which must mean you are a college mage, and my eyes have deceived me once again. Correct. We had interrogated witnesses in Winterhold. Like those at the college, they are very sensitive to mages, and these mages were 3. A child overheard them talking in private. It was but a single word, but it spoke volumes. The word was winging. The tavern owner there was, as the master likes to say, careless. They often are. He pointed me in the direction of a room with a rather curious tenant. He never left his quarters, but of guests he had 5 in as many nights. He could not risk entering the room. A cloaking spell is but a justice trick to mages who can detect the essence of life. It is by the luck of the twin moons that I found a friend in an Argonian named Gulam A, whose sweet hands found the pockets of his visitors. That is the fault of my own hubris. Guillem charged a steep price, but true to his word, what he possessed was worth every septim. The notes he stole contained 5 prospective locations where the mages planned to conduct their separate research. As per Master Marinin's instructions, I was to return to her with this information. I was about to do so when I saw the mage descend from his room. He was a Dunbar man, with a wisp of thick hair, eyes as hot as the sands of elsewhere, and wings of crimson war paint gliding down his face. In his presence, this Khajiit did not move, could not move, yet all his fur stood on end. Perhaps it is the result of being Khajiit, but I followed, and he noticed, and so he led me here. It is only by virtue of Master Marinin's teaching that I managed to hold on to the document. I brought many sets of clothes in order to fashion a story. When I met the Dunmer at the inn, I was dressed as a farmer. When I shadowed him here, I came dressed as a thief. The mage assumed the first was a disguise, and the second my true form. Were I not a Khajiit, it is possible he would see past this disguise to the truth. However, like most illusions, the spell works best on those who wish to believe. No, I'm afraid this cat has exhausted all of its lives.
Doesn't look like it.
However, if you would be so kind, perhaps you would be willing to listen to a dying Khajiit's final request. When I was but a beggar, there was a Khajiit female who provided me with alms. She was a poor farmer, but wealthy with kindness. Such was her kindness that she considered my bread. While others tossed their septums with disdain, she traded their alms for petty magic tricks. I still remember how her ears perked up ever so softly whenever I would conjure an orb of light in my palm. It was during one of these tricks that Master Marinin recognized my talents. Finally, I thought, this Khajiit will earn some real respect. No one was more proud of me than the farmer. Yet in the months that followed, I changed. Suddenly it was I who could not associate with her. You would not be so kind if I were not dying, I presume. She was much the same. She could have been angry with me, but instead she granted my wish. Many times I would pass her on the street and say nothing. My eyes told her all she needed to know and nothing she wanted to hear. No, that is not necessary. You see, on some nights you could stare at the twin moons sitting in the heavens like a pair of mismatched eyes. She told this foolish beggar that if one Khajiit prayed to Mesa and another prayed to Secunda, they could communicate through the stars. Her moon was Secunda and mine Mesa, so my final request is this. The next time you look at the night sky and see the moons in flight, tell her I'm sorry, and I never had a better friend, or a kinder one. Your words warm my heart. This Khajiit thanks you dearly, but we are not done yet. There is still the business of the nodes, yes? Master Merlin once said that the greatest illusions require no spell. I had once resented the fact that people assumed I was a simple thief. My skills were such that I had earned an apprenticeship under a celebrated mage, yet still people clutched their coin purses in my presence. When I addressed my concerns to Master Merlin, she called me a very fool. That I was, on both counts. She made me realize that their perception of me was an asset. Make them clutch their purse, she said, instead of their shield. Thank you, friend. With that, this cat can rest easy. Tell Olivia not to blame herself. Her teachings did not fail me. They are what gave this poor beggar a reason to live, and honor in death.
There are few places where one can pursue my type of work. That incident in Morthal was just a misunderstanding, no matter what the guards claim. The people of Skyrim have no appreciation for what we do here. Not that I can. Should you ever fall victim to an unfortunate accident, I promise, your remains will be put to good use.
Well done. What have you learned? That is unfortunate. He was a good mage. Were you able to procure any information at all? Quite the contrary. When I say he was a good mage, it is perhaps the highest compliment I could ever pay him. I knew the Khajiit for 10 years. Do not pretend to understand our relationship, and do not presume you can better eulogize those you barely know. It is more insulting to his memory that we diverge toward a meaningless argument, when the pages are still in the hands of rogue mages. Now, do you have any information for me or not? Let me see those. This is precisely what we needed. You have done admirably, as did my assistant in delivering these to you.
Still a bitch.
Now that you are entrenched in this matter, I have no doubt that you are the only one capable of pursuing it to the end. This is far more perilous than the previous job, but I believe you will reward my confidence in you. As you may have guessed, the 5 locations listed are likely secluded areas where the mages can conduct their individual research. 1 mage for each school of magic. To defeat them will require skill and cunning, and an understanding of the strengths and weaknesses of each art. The notes will provide their locations, and you can consult me for any advice regarding their procurement. Do you have any questions before you go? Indeed you must. I will offer any assistance I can. It is a mistake to assume the conjurer hides behind the beasts he summons. For such a mage can conjure a dagger as easily as a Dremora. There are those who conjure Atronachs to support them from the rear, whereas others will conjure bows to lend aid to their armies. When you enter their chamber, take note of the bodies strewn about, as they are weapons hoisted on a rack, to be retrieved at the time of battle. However, like any weapon, they are slaves to the one who wields them, and are as much a tool as they are a foe. An illusionist attacks the mind. He plays the drums of courage and fear to convince both you and the bandits that they are invincible. Illusion can fool your eyes, become your heart's greatest desire, but it cannot fool all the senses, and that is where you will find truth. However, the greatest illusion is not the product of any spell. It is the doubt one has in the efficacy of illusion magic. Do not underestimate the illusion mage. That is my advice to you. The name destruction implies havoc, and while such magic is capable of immense damage, it is not as inelegant as one might presume. Lightning, ice, and fire. Each element has applications beyond the inflicting of pain. A bolt of lightning can disarm a trained mage, sapping him of his magicka. The swiftest runner will find it difficult to wade through briars of ice. Flames will turn your own tunic into a weapon, draining your health as it burns through your skin. To defeat a master of destruction magic, one must use their wards wisely, for there is more than just health one must account for.
Are you looking for any specific volume, Stratus?
To know that reality is a falsehood is the essence of alteration magic. While illusion affects only the caster and the target, alteration is to change the very fabric of our world, so that all are affected. Alteration can be used to blind your opponent with mage light, or turn your flesh into steel. It is a magic that prevents stealth, as a mage can detect your presence while cloaking his own. Alteration does not have an offensive spell. What it does is use endurance as a weapon. Whether it be with potions of health, stamina, or magicka, one must be prepared for a long fight. The most infuriating of opponents, for every blow you strike, every spell you cast, is nullified by their unyielding ability to heal. Moreover, when such a mage is surrounded by powerful warriors, their strength grows by leaps and bounds, as all are healed that stand beside him. Such a mage will confine himself into a small area to increase the efficacy of his healing spell. However, this tactic provides an opening. Just as many can be healed, many can be damaged, and the cost of restoration is far greater than destruction.
Your Arcanium is so lovely and quiet.
Very well. Return to me if you seek my counsel.
I shan't trouble you a bit.
Divine smile on you, friend.
Right. That's it for now. I might do some more